Totally.
Hey, Jen.
I got Shannon Van Kirk sent me this awesome bracelet. You guys probably can't see it, but it's a leather bracelet, and it says, "Let your faith be bigger than your fear." And which is cool, because I actually had another one over here that says "Faith over fear." So now I have one for each arm, and there's like no way. That is just cool.
Crazy.
So I'm going to shut up unless you start the meeting. I'm so excited, and I had to share everything.
Well, I'm thankful that you shared. I call those God incidences. Like, instead of coincidence, a God incidence. I love it. Gosh, where is everybody hiding? Well, you guys are important. I'm important. We're going to show up because we show up and we lead by example, and we're able to pay it forward and pass it on. And that's what this journey is and what it's been doing in my life the last 3.5 years. So definitely let me know if you have any questions, any struggles, any celebrations. Put it in the chat, or let me know if you want to share. I figured I've had it on my heart to get out of my own way and talk about getting out of my own way and how I have been doing that, or why I have been doing that. But if somebody else has something, please, I will not take the whole time. So definitely pop in here too. So I was like, this morning I was thinking, how often this journey for me has been like a constant battle of what I want and how I want to feel, and then an obstacle. But so often that obstacle is me. It is me. And so I think that a huge big shift for me in this journey was when To Be Mindset came out, and I was able to learn those principles and bring in the To Be Mindset principles in order to change some of how I looked at things and thought about things. And I think one of the biggest things that has been a key changer for me is having an open and flexible mindset, and the difference between flexible versus fixed mindset. And I was talking about it a little bit today. I went live at the grocery store talking about creamer, and I have that come up a lot in my groups or my clients. They're like, okay, I want to lose weight. I want to feel good, but I don't want to give up coffee creamer. Like, do I have to give up my Starbucks? Like, I don't want to do this. Like, or they'll have a multiple list of, I want to lose weight, but I'm not eating this. I'm not giving up that. I'm not giving up that. And they'll focus on the things they don't want to give up instead of how they want to feel, what medication they want to get off of, how much energy they want to have, how great it would feel to evict that 15, 20, last 10 pounds. Instead of focusing on the 70 plus fruits and vegetables in the grocery store, they focus on the 3 they don't like. It's like, that's fine. And I get it because I was there and I looked at that. But so one thing I love to talk about when someone doesn't really get fixed versus flexible mindset is talk about a thunderstorm. And so picture a thunderstorm happening in a yard, and picture a tree. And a tree, what happens to the branches in a thunderstorm? They are like going around, and then they snap off, and you end up picking branches and things all up around your yard after a thunderstorm. Now, I want you to picture a big open grass field. What happens to the grass when there's a thunderstorm? The grass is just loving it. It's flying all around. It's getting all over the place. It's like those sail doobie thingies at the, outside of car lots. I don't know what they're called, but like they're just flying around, but they're not like breaking off. There's not grass blades breaking off in the storm. That's the difference. When you're willing to be open-minded and flexible, you are going to have a much more fun time than breaking off those branches and struggling through what you can't have and what you don't want to have or what you don't want to give up. And I just encourage you. That's one of the things I love about our programs is if you still want cookies and you still want creamer and you still want, we can help you find a healthier way. If you're not open to a healthier way, it is your choice. You can put it in your book and track it, use it as a freebie, use it as a silly, use it as an extra yellow container, or however the Portion Fix structures it, depending on what it is you want, and then see how it goes. And your journey I'll be honest, your journey may take longer if you choose to hold tight onto something you're not willing to let go of, than if you're willing to open up and embrace trying something new, trying something different. And so what I wanted to encourage everybody this week is to see if they can catch themselves being fixed or stuck on a certain thing that they don't want to let go of, and see if when you catch it, you can flip the script, find a way to make it different, or accept it and maybe like relieve yourself of the stress of, I'm not getting that last 3 pounds down, but I'm not giving up my creamer. So like and the reason I brought in the creamers, because it was very interesting, is when I was looking and reading some of the creamers, even the healthy ones, there were some good choices. There were 4 or 5 grams of sugar per tablespoon. Now, I now drink black coffee. I used to put 6 Splenda and 4 Mini Moos in my coffee. I don't know how I stomached that, but that's the old me. But one thing that I've known for myself, and that I've seen in people making coffee at coffee shops or around and about, I've never seen someone measure out 1 tablespoon and that be what they put in their coffee. It's a nice pour. Sometimes it's not a big pour, but it's a nice pour. And I would guarantee that pour is like 3 to 5 tablespoons. So you're talking about half or more of your daily recommended sugar intake in a cup of coffee that doesn't really seem like you're having anything. So you say, oh, it's just a cup of coffee. It's just a small cup. Okay, is it your only one for the day, or do you have 3? And do you make all 3 the same way? And what if removing half of that? What if only having half of what you have now means at the end of the year, you're down that 10 pounds you can't get rid of? Would it be worth it? Like, what is it worth it? What are you willing to try to find something different? I even, sometimes just for fun, I'll take the chocolate Shakeology and I'll put a heaping spoonful in coffee to make like a mochaccino. Or you can do the same thing with the vanilla Shakeology. Now it's the temperature of the coffee is probably, killing the prebiotics and probiotics. And so I don't do that. I don't put my Shakeology in heated coffee on a regular basis. And that's not how I do my daily serving, but that's just as an alternative solution. Another thing that's really great is coconut milk powder. There's also a coconut cream powder that's just the coconut. It's all it is, and that'll be a healthier option for you. So I just want to encourage you, does anybody who's here, I've got the 5 of you besides me, have something that they're stuck on that maybe we can brainstorm a way to get unstuck, or maybe brainstorm a way to make it healthier? That could just make a little, like I said, evicting 120 pounds, it may seem like overnight, like when you look at a picture, it may seem like overnight. And I will tell you, the last 3.5 years feels like overnight compared to the 20 years where I lived in the yo-yo dieting, not following our plans, not leaning into the groups. But it really has been the magic to my weight loss, has really been those seemingly small choices that I add on. I started prepping breakfast with Shakeology, and then I would have veggies and lunch, and then I would add in some more veggies and fruit, and then I would add in having dinner, and then I would add in the weekend meals. I added it in and got better as I went, to where 3.5 years ago it used to take me 5 hours to prep for the week, and now in less than an hour I have 3 different kinds of roasted veggies. I have cut up different stuff. I call it a meal prep buffet, and it's all over the fridge, healthy things to choose and mix and match. So it really does take some time to learn, but I think that's one of the great things and one of the big purposes of why you own the nutrition course that you bought for life. You don't buy 2B Mindset or Portion Fix, do it once and know everything. I thought I could undo 20 years of yo-yo dieting in 30 days and quit. But let me tell you, that set myself up for failure and pain. When I was more flexible and I opened up to the fact that I'm going to have to watch these videos a couple extra times, I'm going to have to fail a little bit, and being okay with trying new things, being okay with, well, I'll give up the soda for a week and see how it goes. I'm someone, I used to have to buy what did Jamie call those last week? Oh, what did she call those 100-calorie packs? She had a great little name for it. I was like, oh, I love that. The little tempting devils they are. But I used to buy 100-calorie packs, a big case of Coke, and I would have that every single week. I needed, that was a necessity staple on my grocery. Can't tell you the last time I bought Coke. I think I bought Coke when Joseph was sick and we needed something like settle his stomach and that he could keep down. Like I think that's the only time in 3 years that I've bought a soda like that. And 100-calorie packs, they never filled me up. They would turn into 3 or 4. I would eat 3 or 4. And that, that was a waste of money. We're talking about I'm trying to save money because it's cheaper. But in reality, there'd be 4 of them gone and I'd still be looking for food, right? So just all those little things that I became open to, where then I started replacing those 100-calorie packs with an apple. And I would put a tablespoon of peanut butter or almond butter, any kind of nut butter, and I would have it with a veggie. And so I'd have an apple, carrots or celery or cucumbers or, whatever veggie you want to try. Like I said, locally, I pulled up, there's just in the 3 grocery stores that are within a mile of me, there are 78 different kinds of fruit and vegetables. So really, like, you can go crazy and have a different one every week and really set yourself up for success. So I just want to encourage you. So it doesn't look like anybody has any like hang-ups. I know we've been on this journey. We've been pretty good on our journeys for a while. Bethany has something. What's up?
I just have a question. I am like super duper picky about vegetables. I don't like bell peppers, like red, green, yellow, pink, purple. I don't like peppers, period. I don't like raw carrots. I'm trying to figure out how I can sneak more variety of vegetables in without getting into the vegetables that I know I don't like. Like, I live in East Tennessee. We don't have a whole lot. We do, but again, like I don't know how to fix things like bok choy and fix kale where it doesn't taste absolutely awful, So I'm trying to figure out how I can fit some of those veggies and stuff into my diet and more my picky kids' diet, and especially going into chemo and knowing that my body's going to be needing all these nutrients.
I appreciate that. And especially going into chemo from people that I know, your taste buds are going to change extremely. It may be that you don't like anything, and it just may be having to be that, and I say this lovingly, that parent to yourself that you don't want to, but you have to. And you eat it just to get a different way. We were talking about the fixed versus flexible. My thing that I would say is I haven't found a way I like this vegetable yet. And that's where I love Alana's video. I don't know if you've watched her if you have 2B Mindset, but she talks about accessories. And she's like, if you have to do butter or some like everything but the bagel seasoning or taco seasoning, like if you have to smother your vegetables in stuff, like do a half ranch, half water and smother your vegetables in. She's like, I am a fan of that if it gets you to start to like it. And maybe just experimenting. Maybe you'll like carrots if you roast them with honey and cinnamon. Kale, I found diced apples, diced onions, and saute it with kale is really great. Something that I found. Kale is a harder leafy green. So I give you props for like jumping right to kale. Like when you haven't found all the veggies you like yet, kale is like, oh, you went there. Okay. And then, bok choy, awesome stir fry. Like, can't go wrong with just like stir frying bok choy, adding in a few other veggies that you do like with it and stir frying it. Bok choy is really super great in stir fry. As far as like sneaking in things into your kids, so I don't want to talk too loud because my kid's next door, but So my husband, when I was out last night, my husband got Chinese food and he got pork fried rice. So we had, pork fried rice left over. I took one of those cauliflower rice frozen things and I mixed it. So it was like 75% cauliflower, but 25% pork fried rice. So big big heaping serving of vegetable hidden in with the rice and all that other stuff in there. Now, you can make the pork fried rice out of cauliflower. In this case, I was just trying to fix, a little different what was already here. You know what I mean? And it's trying some of those things. I would say, so do you have the portion fix then if you don't have 2B mindset? No? Okay, I would still say the Beachbody blog. I would say pick a vegetable and just search a vegetable and find one recipe. I don't want to overwhelm or stress anybody. Just try one new recipe of a new vegetable. Maybe put bok choy in the search on the Beachbody blog, or maybe put carrots in the Beachbody blog. And you don't like raw carrots, but you found out you really love them with cinnamon and honey. Then you have roasted carrots for snack. There's no rule that says it has to be raw. Even frozen veggies can have, sometimes if they're flash frozen with nothing added to them, they can even be healthier than the local source of fresh, depending on where they're coming from and where they're grown. So I would encourage you to just pick one to try and just go from there. Does any of that feel like something you can do? Awesome. Okay, well, we are winding up. We have 10 minutes till the Sunday night power hour starts, so we're just going to wrap up our boot camp call. Jen has something to share? Go for it.
One of my favorite ways to do veggies, hands down, is a crock pot. And I make soup and I use an immersion blender. And then I mix it with, I usually do, because I don't eat meat at all. So pretty much my whole diet is vegetables. And so I pick a veggie that I really, really love. Last week I did a butternut squash cauliflower soup, and I did half and half. And then I just I put it on high with veggie broth. Literally, that's it. It simmered for 6 hours. It got really soft. I put an immersion blender in it, made it like a puree, and I added some coconut milk, from a can, but only a quarter to a half a cup into the entire pot. And then some spices. I added some nutmeg, cinnamon, a little bit of maple syrup. So it added sweetness to it, and it was insane. And you can pair that with a healthy grilled cheese, right? Or so that your kids are cool, I'm eating what I like, but then there's also this soup that I get to dip it in, and it was really good. And it's all veggies, all veggies.
That's awesome.
That sounds absolutely amazing.
I want Jen to live with me.
I'm agree with Amber. You need to totally write that recipe down so we can all get it from you.
Amber, did you have anything?
No, I was just going to say, I bet that would freeze really, really well too, Jen. That way you're only cooking once and then it's ready.
So I love it. So thank you guys so much for popping on. Remember, we are here every Sunday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Pacific. And if you're in the middle, you know where you are. And let us know where you're struggling. Let us know your celebrations so that we can address those. Just super simple, 20 minutes so we can kind of get your mind right. So hopefully you're set and feeling good for the week ahead. If you didn't prep any food yet, even if you're on the East Coast, you've got at least 30 minutes. Go wash some veggies, cut up some veggies so you have them ready to grab, and you can feel good about at least having that, and end your night drinking some water. I just did a post in my group. I was like, dinner and done. Who's with me? I went and brushed my teeth. So I'm like all ready to go to end the night strong and start my Monday strong. So remember, reach out and lean in. By lean in, I mean, watch the videos, use your tools that you paid for. You own them for life because you can rewatch them and relearn. I still rewatch them 120 pounds down. I was just listening to Alana while I was prepping my food tonight. Like, I still watch and still learn because I'm undoing 20 years and I'm not going back there. I love who she was. She was brave to start this journey, but I am not going back there. I'm going to have to keep learning and working on myself. So lean in with me, comment on your posts, watch your videos, and fail forward. Take baby steps, even if it's just prepping your snacks for the week. You get your Shakeology, your veggie snacks, and water. Focus on those 3 things. And of course, push play, but take it a day at a time. Lean in, ask your coach for questions, and we'll see you guys. See you.